Do you have spring fever? Of course you do. It's that special time of year when all gardeners rejoice. The winter is finally over and it's time to start getting your seeds and flowers and garden plants in the ground. But it can also be very expensive. Going to the big box stores nowadays, you're gonna spend $100 trying to buy plants, buying seeds, flower bulbs, etc., which can make gardening not as exciting. You know, it kind of takes away some of the joy of the gardening when you're spending a lot of money for something, right? So in order to save some money, I went to the Dollar Tree. Yes, it's just a dollar store we have. It's a nationwide brand, but I'm gonna show you what I found inside the Dollar Tree that may shock you, that did not cost nearly as much as going to your traditional big box stores. So let's find out what I got and make a determination whether it's right for you or whether it's just something you should avoid doing altogether. Let's see what we got. So, like I mentioned, I went to the Dollar Tree and I got quite a selection you see before you. Now, I'll start with these first. These are just ranunculus little bulbs here. This was $1.50 for 4 bulbs, okay? Now, don't be like me. This one only had 3 in it. However, this one had 5. So I guess it evens out. So if you're gonna go, one thing you might need to worry about when you go to the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General, or wherever you're buying your discount seeds or flower bulbs, it's not gonna have maybe the same quality control as if you bought from like a nationwide large brand of flower bulbs, okay? So do be careful. That is one thing I did find about that, but you know, this one has 5, this one has 3. This was completely random. I didn't plan to do that, but yeah, double check that. So I will definitely keep that on my radar in the future. And if you go buy your own bulbs from the discount places, do ensure you're actually getting what you're paying for. Although for $1.50, are you going to be heartbroken? Probably not. Okay, but it is a great way to save on some money. Next up, we have some freesias, one of my favorite scents. If you like growing fragrant plants, these are summertime blooming. They're very sensitive. You can't put them in the ground unless you live somewhere very, very warm. They will die off, but they make a great potted variety. So put these into a pot. The scent on these guys, freesias, they actually make perfume that are scented, freesia scented perfumes actually. So it's that nice. Again, $1.50, and I mean, these are good quality bulbs. They're not squishy, they're not desiccated, aka dried out and turned into like pulp, whatever, or dust. But yeah, these are actually great, and they're actually, if you look close enough, they're actually just starting to germinate a little bit. So these need to be put into the ground or to a pot today. In my case, it's going to be a pot. But again, $1.50. This is amazing for 8 freesia bulbs, $1.50. So that's $3. You know, if you go to a store and you buy a little tiny vase or a little pot with a couple bulbs that are already blooming in it because they were forced over winter, what have you, you're gonna pay like $12, $15, who knows what, for how much, right? So for 8 bulbs, do it yourself, $3, it's not that difficult, okay? This channel, I've showed you guys how to plant, how to grow everything from seed, from bulbs. Again, if you need some help, check out some of my old videos. If not, drop a comment down below if you'd like a tutorial in growing flower bulbs in a pot or something like that, okay? I'd be more than willing to do that for you guys. Moving on. Now, I have always bought these seeds from the dollar store. Now, they are actually more expensive. It used to be 4 packs for $1, so 25 cents a piece. I have noticed it now says 3 for $1.50. So it's actually 50 cents a pack instead of 25 cents. And if you come back at the end of a growing season, sometimes they'll have 10 packs for $1. So as long as your seeds are viable, it's a great way to find some cheap seeds. So I just went ahead and got an assortment. These are some wildflower mixes. You can find things like zinnias. Here's some pepper seeds, more wildflower seeds. You can kind of see a theme here. I'm trying to make a little wildflower meadow / on this bank I have behind my house where nothing else grows. So that's where I kind of went in, bought a bunch of these. Some spinach seeds, had a request to grow some of those. But yes, more zinnias, which are one of my favorite summertime bloomers, which are also deer resistant. So that is something I must focus on, because the deer, as it is for everybody else in the cities, in the urban, suburban areas, deer just wreak havoc on your plants. So that brings me to another point. Wildlife, deer, things like that. Why go spend so much money at a big box store just to see your plants be destroyed by a deer, right? If you're spending $1.50 on a plant or a package of seeds and a deer might get a couple of them, it's not going to be that big of a deal, like economically speaking, right? And when you talk about how many seeds are in a pack versus buying just a pot with like 2 plants in it or something, right? You can actually grow enough that if one does get killed by a deer, you have many replacements, right? Again, this is actually 2 for $1.50. So some of these, they have premium written on them, okay? These are 2 for $1.50, so these are 75 cents. Now, a comparative pricing at a big box store, $1.99 or more, probably $2.50 for 1 pack. So you're still saving a tremendous amount of money. Now, I haven't done a side-by-side, as in, do you get more seeds, less seeds, is it equal? That is to be determined. I have not done that yet, which might be a sneak preview to a upcoming video, but check back for that later. But yeah, lupin, or lupine, whatever you want to say, deer resistant. They will not eat those. Cosmos. These things are prolifically self-seeding. You know, side note, put them where you're going to want them forever. They'll just multiply like crazy. Deer resistant. More vegetables, and they have a whole assortment of veggies. Okay, I didn't really, this is a flower run, and I'm going to make another vegetable seed, garden seed run later on. But you know, jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, more of these lupine. But if you don't want to go this route buying the small packs, they also have these. All right, these are wildflower blends for pollinators. Okay, they have shade varieties, they have sun varieties. There's multitude of growing conditions that they'll have these packs for. Now these packs themselves were $1.50. Okay, so you get this whole big pack for $1.50. You're like, wow, it's this full, right? There's this much. Now, this is not all seeds, all right? It says on the label, 51% inert matter, which is like sawdust or sand or something. So it helps you kind of broadcast the seeds, right? So yeah, you're only getting about a quarter of this package full of actual seeds. Now, if you have some wildflower seeds here, just throw 3 of these together. So for the same price, 3 packs, 1 pack. If you see how many seeds are in these, then you're talking like just a little bit on the bottom, right? This is a fantastic deal. So I would go this route, especially if you want to cover 100 square foot. If you want to plant your own in the individual seed packs, individual seed trays, whatever, and you want to transplant them, make like a actual organized, you know, gardening look, you want to go with these little packs because you're going to be able to just, you know, carefully place them into seed trays and then, you know, put them into your garden exactly where you want them. Okay, so if you have a few amount of plants, is that a word? So if you want to plant just a few of something, go this route. If you want to, you know, broadcast a lot of seeds to fill in a large area, absolutely do this. It's a very good deal in my opinion. Some of these seed packs, bigger box stores, you're gonna pay like $12.99 or something stupid for something similar to this. Okay, and again, marigolds. So there you go. Save some money by going to the dollar stores. Okay, you can save a tremendous amount of money, and they have tons of varieties. Okay, again, now this is not some kind of paid promotion, whatever. This is just this closest place down the road to me. It's like 1.5 miles from my house, so it's super cheap, and it's just right down the road. So give it a shot. If you haven't thought about it, now is the time to go get your seeds and get them cheaply. Okay, save yourself some money. And check out your local dollar stores, your thrift stores, things like that. You might find a great deal. And I will tell you one last thing, your neighbors, your friends, your family, maybe not, maybe your spouse, I don't know. They're not gonna know you went to the dollar store and got these seeds, okay? It's not like it's a walk of shame or something, right? Oh, I had to go buy seeds at the dollar store. No, you're being smart, you're saving money, you're growing the plants. Your neighborhood's not gonna know that you didn't go pay a lot of money at some big box store that you grew these from seed from the dollar store, okay? They're just not. Go out, get it done. It's spring, beautiful. It's gonna be 80 degrees today. It's raining. Spring is in the air. Get out there, get your seeds, and get gardening. Until next time, we'll see you here on the hillside, guys. Bye-bye.